The more, the merrier.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian, and today I'm playing a Rhys Pieces, a Selesnya tokens deck that goes big and goes wide at the same time. Rhys, if you've never run into him before, is a 1-mana 1/1, a very cheap, inexpensive commander you can cast over and over again that you can use to create elf tokens. I've seen Rhys elf decks before. This is not an elf deck, though. We actually care a lot more about Rhys's other ability, which is the 6-mana double your tokens ability. So we've got Rhys the Redeemed. And what else do we have? We have tokens. We have so many tokens. We have things that make tokens over and over. We have things that make X amount of tokens. We have things that use your tokens to make more tokens. We have things that make an extra token when you make a token. We've got tokens that double themselves, things that double tokens, things that double tokens, things that double tokens, and of course lots of other really great Selesnya token cards. Wedding Announcement comes to mind as a great recent card. This thing turns into an anthem, gives all your creatures +1/+1 after making you a bunch of tokens. We've also got cards like Renin 7. We've got Rabble Rousing, Tristani, one of my personal favorites, because I might like crime, but I also like undoing other people's crime. And of course, the quintessential token finisher, Craterhoof Behemoth. This deck got a lot of really good upgrades recently. Looking at some of the cards from, well, Innistrad, some of the cards from Innistrad, some of the cards from Kamigawa too, like Restoration of Eiganjo is a nice addition. This deck is very, very fun, and if you enjoy spitting out tons of creatures, you'll like this deck. So we're going to take it into the queue, and I'm going to show you how to make a token or 2, or 10, or 20, or 40, or 50, or 100. No more than 250, though. Arena will stop you. All right, let's go. Our opponent is playing our lad, Arvad, Weatherlight Smuggler. This is the little tiny Arvad from the Alchemy expansion, who gets bigger when creatures die on their turn. And yeah, he gets big fast, because it turns out that you can kill a lot of creatures. Like Orzhov colors, they're very good at destroy target stuff. Very, very, very good at it. Well, I've got a Rhys, and you might have Death Touch and Lifelink, but I have a very expendable commander. Would you care to block? Something fun about Arvad is he actually triggers even from the graveyard. So if things are dying, and they will be, Arvad's gonna get big and chunky. Funky, chunky, huge. Phyrexian Arena. Ooh, okay. I've got choices here. Do I want to go for Replicating Ring, a little bit of ramp? Tireless Provisioner, setting up if we get a land, or do I want a Hive? I want the Hive. This is a brand new card, so I want to get a bit more play with it. Skrelv's Hive spits out a 1/1 might every turn. And, well, each of my turns. Makes me lose a life, but eventually will give my cards with Toxic lifelink if I can corrupt my opponent by hitting them 3 times with these mites. These mighty, mighty mites. They're not very mighty. They're very little. Ooh, another vampire that grows as things die. It's Elenda, who, I'm going to say, very good against my particular deck. Do I want to go for Adeline? Little stuff. Do I want to go for ramp? I'm going to go for ramp and ramping up the Ranger class for a +1/+1 counter on Rhys's attack. Boop. Elenda will get very big, and when she dies, she will explode into a multitude of vampires. 10, 20, 50, 100. She's very fun. You know what else is fun? This coffee is really fun. So good. I love a good cup of coffee. Okay, I get hit for 1. Arvad is currently a 3/3, since 2 creatures had died before. I would tell you all the brand of the coffee, but I don't know what it is, since my partner picked it up. It's very special. Very good. The mug, however, is one I found at a thrift shop, because I thought it was cute, and I wanted a Christmassy mug. Ignore that I'm not very Christmassy. Also ignore that it's February. It's winter. It's cold out. It's currently far below freezing where I live. What? Oh! Sorry. What our opponent was doing there is they sacrificed Elenda, and now they're bringing her back, which is going to make Arvad even bigger. Nice. Our lad grows ever stronger. I could go for an Awaken the Woods, but I'd rather have this down before I do that, since it will give me Landfall. Also, here's Adeline. I notice you have many things with 1 toughness. I know it's very strange to buff up the might, but it's my mighty might. My fighty mighty might. Blenda's gonna get nice and big, but we have an Adeline to face off against her. Tick, tick, tick. Blenda's now a 3/3. When she dies, she'll create 3 vampires, and they do have that Phyrexian tower. Wrath of God. Okay. Everything is dead. Except for Elenda's little tiny vampire party. Thankfully, she does not get the counters before she creates the vampires. If they had wanted to, they could have actually sacrificed that other vampire, and it would have given them more mana and more vampires before we went to the next turn. Do I want to go for my mana? Do I want some bigger tokens, because their things have been getting big. Also, by the way, Arvad is an 11/11 with Death Touch and Lifelink in the graveyard. That's probably worth pointing out. He's kind of scary. He's kind of huge. He's a little big. Let's get some land. They just wiped the board, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. Forests. I have mana for next turn now. I'm doing great. I have all the mana in the world. Thoughtseize. Oh no, my Vivian! Dang. Oh. Why are we sacrificing more vampires? Wiping the board again? Okay, so you're gonna be, what, like a 20-something? 20-something Arvad? Okay, watch this, dude. Watch this, dude. 20! Also, Death Touch Lifelink. Hey, Hoof. Dang, it would have been cool if I could have played you, huh? Rhys. Wedding announcement. You're gonna gain a lot of life. Like a yikes amount of life. No trample. We block. There's a very impressive thunk from that. Hello, Liliana. Are you going to make us both sacrifice? Dang, that's crazy. They draw a card. You don't need card draw. You already have card draw. Nice 35 life, though. I said, oops. Move my commander to the command zone? Yeah! I wonder if they wanted to move their commander to the command zone. He still would only cost 4 mana, but he wouldn't get the buff. 24, he was already big enough to kill me. We've got this Wandering Emperor. I feel like that's probably going to be better than doing anything else here. So we're gonna chill. And we've got this gal. They have a key with the Frost Dragon, too. There are instants that give trample, but they are mostly in green. I believe some of them are in red, too. Dramatic finale! Going to make their tokens bigger, and when their non-token creatures die, they will create tokens. Hello, dramatic finale. Edgar coming on out. This guy makes tokens if he dies. Pass 2 attackers? None. My turn. Doesn't flip until end step. What a plus. Plus the might. Nice. A land. Land good. Land good. See if I've got a creature on top of my library. Perhaps one I could cast. Nope. We're going to attack in with our Mighty Might. All buffed up nice and tight. They get a big old bird. Tweet. I get tokens. We have parallel lives. More zombies. They could kill the Wanderer here. I'm choosing not to. Arvad is a 24/24. Because of course he is. At least I've got jump blockers. Oh, hey, King Dad. I wish we had a little more land. So we're going to play this off the top to try to get closer to land. That is not a land. It's also not something I can play. Parallel lives. Going to double up our tokens. And we can either minus and exile the flyer or make more Slammer Eyes. We're going to make some Slammer Eyes. Hello, yes. I have creatures. They are all tokens. Tokens and dads. At least the board wipe won't be catching us here. We do have King Darian here. Can give my tokens indestructible and hexproof. Unburial rights on Elenda, so she can get nice and big. Midnight Reaper. Gonna give them some card draw on their non-tokens dying. They still do have this Phyrexian Tower up. And I'm just like out here like, my kingdom for a land! We're getting to the point where this replicating ring is going to fire before we get another land. And it's very silly. Oh, okay, they're sacrificing Elenda, making more flyers. Yep. Okay. Black market connections, they've got plenty of life to pay. And since we know their deck is packed with board wipes, I'm not going to do something cheeky like block and sacrifice the King Darian, prevent the life gain. I feel like our end goal here is going to be the hoof. The hoof is going to get me there. Oh, they're not even attacking with the lad. Arvad grows. We get a might. We lose a life. Well, we get 2 mites. 7. Ooh, Trustani or Miral. I want to get closer to land, so Miral. So this does fire next turn. Oh, hey, look, a thing that gets me land. Neat. I pass the turn. It's your move. They might have lethal. It's scary. There's a lot happening here. This would have given me more blockers and a bit more lifelink. But if ever there were a time just stay alive, it's gonna be here. We still have all the mana in the world next turn. All the mana in the world, seriously. If I can survive, Parallel Lives doesn't just double creature tokens, it will also double our replicating ring tokens. We can hoof for sure. They have many attackers. So many attackers. I will chump block here. Let's see if they wipe the board after. Village rights, they're sacrificing a creature. Things are happening. They draw cards, lose 1 life. Liliana. Discarding a card. I'm going to drop Tristani.
Drop it.
Yup. Just chilling. Just vibing. Just hanging out. Getting ready to lose some life. Hoping you don't have to settle the wreckage. They have 8 cards in hand, so they're trying to probably play some more of those out. Nope. Okay, go to end step. My turn. Let's make some tokens. So, they cannot cast anything during my turn. Thank you, Myrtle. They also cannot activate most abilities. They can activate some. Alright, so we're going to actually start with Rhys here. That's just to up my creature count. I can also activate King Darien. I could do it 1 more time if I would like. This is to increase my creature count, so the Craterhoof Behemoth is giving a bigger buff. Craterhoof Behemoth sees my 20 or so creatures and gives a sizable buff. Now everything that can attack will attack. Sure, Meryl, you can get the +1/+1. You may have wiped my tokeny board many times this turn. But this is why I didn't mind you gaining life. Because what is life gain to a Craterhoof Behemoth? Meaningless. Ah, perhaps our opponent is of the criminal sort with Nicol Bolas God Pharaoh. I am going to keep this hand, and we're going to take a look over here at one of my personal favorite commanders, Nikki B, who does so much crime. Now, this is probably going to actually be a big loss for us. And I do mean that either if they play this deck as crime, which is how I play it, or if they play it as a control deck, either way, tokens just does not fare that well against that archetype. That's not going to stop me from trying, though, because I'm absolutely going to be going in. I just have a question. Do I want to play Amara or do I want to ramp? Let's go for Amara. I want damage now and I want damage fast. If we played Into the North on this turn, we could have got the Anointed Procession out next turn. That would be pretty good. But we still have a turn 3 play, either ramping or using Rhys's activated ability. Ooh, is Amara about to die? Is Amara about to die? Oh, darn. I would have loved for her to get to attack, make some tokens. I'm a big fan of tokens. And I think that we're going to take this as that ramping turn. So, Into the North, we're going to get our Snow Duel land. We only have enough Snow Duels, or enough Snow cards in this deck for Into the North. Because I always fear Redan. And there's also, like, in white and green, green has Blizzard Brawl, and white has the Search for Glory. 2 cards which I'm not running in this deck. Got 5 mana. Could have played the rabble-rousing pre-combat, but I think I'm going to go for Elder Gargaroth, or maybe Wandering Emperor since they do have some blue up. This will pretty much tell me Is this the control deck? Is this the crime deck? Are you going to make a copy of this? Or are you going to counter it? Maybe kill it. Maybe all three. It just takes more cards. Kolaghan's Command, making me discard. I'm going to discard this land. I already have enough mana to play every card in my hand. And I really don't mind my commander being dead, since Rhys costs 1 mana. Now Rhys costs 3 mana. That's not a lot of mana. Soul Servitude. I sacrifice the Gargaroth, and I can actually make a copy of it by discarding a card. Let's see if they do. I would. I feel like getting an Elder Gargaroth is such a good card. Agent of Rafine. They said no. They did not want a copy. That's a bit surprising. Well, I've got lots of choices now. I guess I'm just going to pass the turn. I'm planning on playing the Wandering Emperor. Hello, Agent of Rafine. Would you care to steal? This is definitely a crime deck, though. Agent of Rafine is a very telling card. Same with Soul Servitude. These are actually all cards I play in my deck. This might be literally my deck. If it is, awesome. I love seeing my decks out in the wild. Ooh, they stole a land, sort of. Here comes the Wandering Emperor. And I can make a samurai, or I could exile Agent of Rafine. I'm going to do that. No more stealing for you. Oh, look, I had another way I could have gotten rid of it. Well, too late now. I'm going to play History of Benalia. Make a knight. I'm going to give that knight a little +1/+1 counter. What's the difference between a knight and a samurai token? Very little. Just the creature type. Just the creature type. These 2/2s with vigilance. But Vraska's Contempt going to take out the Wanderer before she gets any more stuff out on the battlefield. I don't have any tokens to double there, so we're going to go with Rabble Rousing. I'm going to rouse some rabble and get Hideaway. What do I want for free? Ooh, Vivian. I would love a Vivian for free. We attack in, we get a Citizen token. Languish. There are a couple board wipes that you have to use to keep the board under control if you're doing crime. And also now I don't get the big buff and get tons of damage in, which is very reasonable. We could go for more value, or we could kind of take a setup turn here. I'm going to go for Tireless Provisioner, a land, treasure, and Rhys. This way I've got 2 creatures on the battlefield. And before we attack in next turn, we could play the Anointed Procession. Well, here comes Nicol Bolas. Now, don't you dare use the +1 ability. It's all about the +2. You get it, Sikhal. Fateful Absence lets them kill one of these. No, my Provisioner. Ooh. Tokens. I do like tokens. Rather than play the Anointed Procession, I'm going to play Mondrak, who's essentially the same as Anointed Procession. They're about the same here. I've got mana up, so I can make Mondrak indestructible. I've got mana up, so I could sacrifice this clue. Alright, so we're going to go for the indestructible in response. I'm going to pay 2 life, 2 mana. And I'm going to sacrifice the treasure token and this citizen token. I want the clue. If I had chosen to pay more life, I would have been able to make it indestructible twice. But I don't know. I'm playing frisky over here. Oh wait, could this be a Sublime Epiphany? Oh no. All right, so Vivian is now lost forever. Mondrak is dead, and a Rabble Rousing is back in my hand. This calls for violence. Nicol Bolas, leave this place! Now Nicol Bolas can come back next turn, living his happiest life. But only if they get a land. Ooh, somebody's looking at graveyards. Could they be perhaps commanding a Dread Horde? the Dread Horde. Nope, that's a Narset. Narset stops me from drawing 2 cards in a turn. Curse you, Narset. I don't have that much card draw in this deck, so it's actually very hard for me to accidentally draw. Are you going to steal Rhys? Connive and Concoct. They do not have any creatures in a graveyard to concoct, but they could absolutely connive. Eldest Reborn. I'm going to sacrifice my Citizen token. I would love to rouse some rabble. But instead, I'm going to remove Narset. She is gone. And I want to unleash the Procession or the Chariot. Chariot. If I did this first, there would be more tokens. This is fine. I'm planning on dropping the rabble rousing here. I feel like we can rely on these tools to get us where we need to go. Oh, hey, Gonti. Gonti's going to steal a card from my deck. Thassa. They're going to blink and they're going to steal again at the end of the turn. See what you've got here. A mystery card. We're gonna bring back Mondrak. Sure, get a +1/+1 counter, my friend. We're going to play Anointed Procession, so we've got the double-double. Play a land. Crew. We're gonna crew with Mondrak, sure. We're going to go to combat. And we're going to attack with you, you, and you. We're going to choose to copy this cat token, which actually makes 4 cat tokens. Trading with the Chariot gets rid of one of my token makers. But we have Rhys. We have the token maker. But this way they do get to steal Eternal. I love the double-double. And what do you steal? Elder Gargarath, maybe? A good choice, a good choice. They had the chance to steal this earlier, but now they want it. They could still connive my commander. But if they do that, I can sacrifice it in response. Thanks, Mondrak. Love you. Appreciate you. They do have 1, 2, 3, 4 plus blue, so if they have something like Mass Manipulation, we could actually see a bunch of stuff get stolen. Soon's Intervention. Destroying artifact and enchantment and gaining life. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, in response, create tokens. Because I want more of them. And then I'm going to sacrifice things I have to pay with blood. We're going to sacrifice the Essica's Chariot that's being destroyed. And one of these fresh hot tokens that I just brewed up. Rippin' Peppies, though, to my Anointed Procession and my Essica's Chariot. There will be fewer cats coming out than I craved, but still plenty of cats. So many cats. You want to steal Rhys? Go ahead. Steal once more with Gonti. Hopefully we can get a good top deck here. Hive's not that great for me, so we're going to use our clue, draw something. It might just be a land. Let's find out. Tireless Tracker, that would be good if we get some lands. We're going to play the Tracker. We're going to play the Hive. We're going all out here. We're chilling. We're vibing. We're hanging out and having a good time. I'm also drinking some hot tea because my throat still hurts from Philadelphia because I spent an entire weekend screaming at nerds in a good way. I was playing Magic the Gathering, and I get very excited when I play Magic the Gathering. Like, in person. Very excited. Extremely excited. Looks like it's time for crime. They steal Restoration of Eiganjo. Chapter 1 is not going to do anything for them because unless they found a way to cheat a Plains into their deck, which actually there's totally a way to do that. You can copy a Plains, have it go to the graveyard, and have it get shuffled back in. Please stop stealing. Oh gosh, the crime. Alright, let's just top deck Tristani. Let's just top deck Tristani. I wonder if one of these cards that was stolen was Tristani and they're just like, I can't use this. I cannot use this. Alright, we're going to make 2 of these. We're going to use them. Hopefully get some more stuff. +1/+1 counter. That's a farmland. +1/+1 counter. That's a forest. Well, sure. Sure. They can discard and bring something back, but they do not have anything to bring back unless there's just like a land they have in hand. If you have 2 lands in hand, the chapter 2 is just kind of like drop a land that comes in tapped. Great. There it is. Think Eraser. Ooh, I'm actually only thinking about dirt. I'm thinking about trees and farms. 2 beautiful things to think about. Especially this Rebecca Gay land. It's beautiful. Ooh, Time Warp. Time for more crime. Relic of Legends. Just let them tap this or this for mana. They plus and steal. Jagan defends the temple. That's another really good saga. And currently, by the way, they do have mana between the relic and this land. That they can use Rhys's ability if they want to. Very good. We just got to survive and top deck a Craterhoof Behemoth. This is the way of the token deck. Relying unnecessarily on Craterhoof Behemoths. I should also point out that my opponent's deck so far is a 1-for-1 for my deck. Oh, wow, that was a really good card for you to steal, huh? Nice. Nice. No longer will our Craterhoof Behemoth win us the game. They also stole a Wren and 7. Okay, so now we're back on the Gimme the Tristani gameplay. I still think one of these 2 cards is Tristani. An incoming Gargaroth. I'll prevent 4 damage from Rhys. By the way, this will just make me lose life and then have 2 creatures that enter the battlefield and immediately die. Nice. It's Koth, Man of the Mountain, against Rhys the Redeemed. This is an okay hand. We have some early tokens here. We have a way to actually counter one of these abilities, but we don't have very good mana up until we hopefully get to 5. So I'm going to mulligan this, and we're actually going to get a 1-lander. We're going to do the rare double mulligan in Historic Brawl. Mullet. Better. Keep this. And do I want to keep the silly stuff? The big stuff? I feel like Meryl will be helpful since 4 toughness is so big. I'm going to drop Pool of Vigorous Growth. It's a very fun card. It's a very funny card. Do I think it's going to be helpful here? Not really. So this is Koth Fire Resistance. This is the new Koth Planeswalker card. This Koth has removal on the minus, ramp on the plus, and an ultimate ability that just kind of swamps the board very, very quickly by having Mountain equals 4 damage to any target. To the face, to a creature, to a Planeswalker, doesn't matter, any target. This is probably going to be big red. Oh, okay, Mishra's Bauble. They're bolting the elf. Okay, it's not a mana-producing elf, but that's still a very fair move for you to make. Ornithopter of Paradise. That means they could play Koth next turn. And I feel like I'm going to want to go for Verdant Command. So I'm going to. I think that they're going to try to play Koth this next turn. They might go for something else. Oh, here comes Koth. And they plus to search for a basic mountain, but no they don't, because I'm going to make 2 squirrels and counter the ability. Petty, I'm aware. I'm going to play Replicating Ring, Intangible Virtue to make my tokens bigger, and smash into Koth with my Turbo Squirrels. They're better. I made better squirrels. They get a mountain now. Behold! Montañas! Wait. Maybe not? Having some trouble? Okay, they found one. I don't know what was... Sometimes it just takes a little while for like your deck to load. There's 100 cards there. I know, it's difficult. Mishra's Research Desk. This is some card advantage. And Brotherhood's End. That's why they were tapping that. Destroying my little squirrels! They also did damage to Koth. Poor Koth. We could go for Vivian or Ren here. I'm going to go for Ren and 7 using the minus ability. There's a good chance they'll be able to kill Ren, but a 5 toughness creature is going to be hard for them to deal with, especially with Koth not able to use the -3 this turn. This will also, because I am missing land drops, hopefully get me some lands next turn. Ren, please find me some forests.
We have the high ground.
Koth finds land. Surprising nobody. Shattered Skull Smashing could be used here to blast Ren, deal that 2 damage. Not enough mana to kill this 2, though. Could unearth this if they want to look at even more card selection. Nope. Soulscar Mage. Gonna turn damage into -1/-1 counters from the Soulscar Mage. That'll shrink this tree down to size. Visions of Phyrexia. Ooh, this makes Power Stones. Just a very cool card. We're gonna plus. Land? Nice! We hit a triple! Oh, baby. It's a triple. We've got Tristani here. I love that. Could play Mural. I'm just going to go for Tristani. She's going to give a buff, make some friends, and we're going to swing at Koth. Dother Cowie to jump block. Okay, they jump block. We've got the fire and the trees that contain it. Monastery Swift Spear, that's a chump blocker at the very least. If they don't play this card, it will just go away and they'll get a Power Stone. Okay. Koth is dying. But the tree ain't dead yet. Oh, this is not an elemental. That is very notable here because Chandra's gonna -3. And now we have Tristani alone. All alone. All alone. Wow, that's actually an impressive amount of lands. Thank you, Ren. I'm not used to getting that many. You know, like, usually you get like 2. Well, here comes this, and that, and these, and, I mean, they already get Vigilance from this. There's no Enchantment Destruction in their deck. There might be a Chaos Warp. Let's go for Trample. We'll pretend dragons don't exist for a hot minute. And swing into Chandra here. So now we have a 5/5 Beast token. It's getting +1/+1 from Tristani, +1/+1 from the Intangible Virtue, and next turn we're going to be spitting out Mites. But they're going to be mightier Mites than usual. Fighty, mighty Mites. I'll also be taking a damage every turn. Neither of us have dealt any damage to each other. Monkey? Monkey. Fanatical Firebrand is out. And Koth is out too. Now, Koth could kill either Tristani or the Beast token with the minus ability. Yep, taking out the thing with Trample makes a lot of sense to me. These are 6 mountains. Some stuff happens. Triggers. 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 Kind of want to minus. Let's take this Glanor Elf off the top of our deck. Mm-hmm. Very nice. I'm gonna go for Trample. And I'm going to play Mural right now. This is going to stop them from using Fanatical Firebrand to do anything after, like, blocking and sacrificing. And it's going to give me a better attack into these lovely little planeswalkers, by which I mean big planeswalkers. I'm sad they left so early, but I do think we had command of the board. And with this Teferi's protection ready in a turn or two, we also would have been able to defend ourselves from pretty much anything, just phasing out of existence for an entire turn. Good game, Koth. It's Corvold, the Fey-cursed king, a dragon who eats his subjects and grows larger as he does. Corvold gets bigger and draws you cards whenever you sacrifice things. He's a really great Jund commander, and I do like this hand as a start against them because we've got a 1-turn, 2, 3. We've got good early plays. Here we go. It's Rhys. Ta-da! Please don't kill my commander. It's fine if you do. But, like, please don't. They've got good mana, too. Well, we've got some good mana. Let's go ahead and grab Arctic Treeline. Swinging for 1. And here's the Whoa Strider. Comes with a fresh goat. Do I feel like ramping? I do. But I want the Felidar Retreat out first. So Felidar Retreat is going to make either a token or put +1/+1 counters on my creatures upon landfall. You know what's a land? The Awaken the Woods tokens are lands. They are, in fact, forest, dryad, land creature tokens. So we're going to play a forest, and we're going to make a cat. And then we're going to, 1, 2, 3, make 3 more forests. I think we're going to go for the +1/+1 counters. Cat. Cat. Looking good. Got Vigilance until end of turn, and now I've got 5 tokens and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. A 9th right here. Now with this hoof in hand, we could play it next turn, which I think would end the game. Let's see if they've got a board wipe. A cat beast so mighty. If you've got a land, Corvold could totally block. Definitely no trample happening here. No board wipes at the ready. I like that this is a board wipe that also creates tokens. Here comes Corvold. Coming out, eating a goat. That's a good goat. Oh, that was actually just the Woe Strider sacrificing here. They're digging. They're making one big Corvold. One big Corvold will not be great at blocking, though. We're going to go for more Vigilance, and then the hoof. We actually didn't really need the hoof, but the hoof makes me feel better. Makes me feel powerful. Makes me feel like I've got a very, very lethal swing very early in the game. Hit them with a little good game. Hoof. Best friend with elves and tokens. Ulder Ravengard! This is the double team commander in Arena. I'm going to mulligan here, and a similarly okay hand. We're going to hope that we can get some more mana. So I'm going to start with Rhys, just so I can get something on the board. Oh, they're using the alt art for Ulder Ravengard. By Jeff D. Look, you can even see the name here. Can a girl get another mana source? We'll find out. They've scryed. They're ramping. And they're dealing 1 damage to my face. Ow. Rude. Mana! And since I don't have another land in hand, I'm going to cultivate over playing the Replicating Ring. We're going to get one of these, one of those, some of these, some of that, and swing it again for 1. Boop. Exhibition Magician creates either a token or a token. It made a token. Wow, what a surprise. It also gets +1/+1. We play the land. I'm going to play the Replicating Ring. Do I want to go for the Halo Fountain? A Queen all in all. All in all, I'm playing all in all. All in all gets +1/+1 for each creature. So she also makes creatures. Nice. Next turn I am planning on hopefully spitting out a token. And since all in all will create extra tokens, she'll get a lot bigger, a lot faster. Double team on the Etching of Kamado. Ooh, that's spicy. That's going to put another Kamado Faces Kakazan into hand. And a glass casket. No, don't put all in all in jail. Oh, dang. I was really looking forward to attacking with her. Well then. I don't think my Halo Fountain will be of much use here. So we're going to pay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to get something funny. What's it going to be? It's any 5-drop. I got the Catacomb Crocodile, which is actually pretty dang good here. It's pretty dang good. I want you to look at this. We have a 3/7. And you know what a 3/7 is? Able to block any of these. See? Oh, that's a Cathars Crusade. Well, at least no creatures are entering the battlefield this turn. We've got a Fateful Absence. We could use that on Raven Guard, or I could just make a random token. Without lands in hand, the Scute Swarm feels a lot worse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to go for the random 7-drop. So for 7 mana, I'm going to drop the Fateful Absence. I could never drop you, my beautiful behemoth. And we got Siege Worm, which is not really a 7-drop. It has Convoke. You're able to tap your creatures for it. But hey, at least it's a 5/5. I will take it. Oh, that's a Terror of the Peaks. The army grows. And grows and grows and grows. Without a land, I'm gonna go for Mirari's Wake. I could just make a token off Rhys. But I demand chaos. Not only do I crave it, I demand chaos. I got Narfi. He's giving my snow and zombie creatures +1/+1. Thanks, Narfi. I love that for you. Okay, so Terror to Peaks is going to get to deal 2 damage, 3 damage, a lot of damage. Oh gosh. Oh no. Oh gee. Also, what's fun is if I tried to copy these using Rhys, it wouldn't go that well. Y'all attacking in? Ah, first the Threbbit Inspector. More +1/+1 counters, and a bit more damage onto my everything. Another Kamado Faces Kakazan into my hand. They have 1 direct damage, and I have no way to live. So I'll block anyway. In case they have a Destroy All Creatures quest. Happy to see older Raven Guard. It was such a beautiful game. John Renicus the Exile, as piloted by Sukiyaki. If you've watched a lot of Brawl Star episodes, you've actually probably seen this happen before. Because there's one person, Sukiyaki, who plays this card. That's not like me trying to be mean. There's just only one person I've matched up against who plays John Renicus the Exile. And the deck seems to be very good. They have kind of like a hybrid build for this deck. It's not a control deck. It's not truly a mill deck. It's fine. It's fun, and I respect our opponent for playing it. So let's go! Sukiyaki and John Aranicus. Ooh, I'm being spell-pierced. No Skrelv's hide for me. If you haven't seen John before, at the beginning of your end step, you either draw a card or you mill your opponent. That's the jam right there. That's the whole thing. It's cool. Let's go. I got my Rhys out. I got my Rhys on the battlefield. And here comes John. Now, John is bigger than me. And now there are things in my graveyard. I'm a Selesnya deck. I don't actually do much with my graveyard. But I do know how to make tokens. Tomedy Infinite. Oof. I don't like this card. A lightning bolt. Yes. Perfectly fine. Normal, happy, and healthy to have a lightning bolt. They draw a card. I do not have a land. They can't do things on my turn, at least. So I will make a 1/1. Yes, behold, my 1/1. Tireless Tracker coming on out. While I finish brewing my coffee. Yes, I'm making coffee during this match. Ooh, Cruelty of Gex. You know what you should do? You should make me discard Tristani and then reanimate Tristani. For no reason. They'll probably end up taking something bigger. But if it's a creature that they grab from my graveyard, then I can steal it back with Tristani, which is good for me, not for them. Mirari's Wake. Make my creatures grow. Make my mural more. Mirari's Wake is hugely important since it doubles up my mana and gives +1/+1 to all my many, many creatures. They get to tutor here, though. They have enough mana for pretty much any board wipe that would be in black. Crux of Fate, destroying all non-dragons. A Languish, which actually would not kill Mural, but would kill everything else on the board. Or just the big old board bounce River's Rebuke. I accept this. You know, what's in my graveyard? We're just gonna go right back on our nonsense. Mirari's Wake. I'm going to get this coffee. Perfect. The Sanctuary Warden will get them a token and draw them a card. And the confounding conundrum to prevent me from having 2 or more lands enter the battlefield on a turn. They foretell something. Something. We get ourselves milled. We're going to start with Mural. This is because counter spells are painful. And that's probably a counter spell. Find a Villain's Lair. That was another counter spell. Doesn't matter. We have enough mana for Tristani. We even get to float 1 extra. Yay. And in our end step, come on over. We get our Sanctuary Warden back. She's mine, not yours. Mine. My card. I made this. But, like, actually, Tristani is one of the few cards that lets you get things back under your control. There's a few of them that have been printed. Tristani only affects creatures, though. Cards are happening. Features are happening. Also do like that I have technically a board wipe here. White Sun's Twilight. Oh, things are happening. They draw a card. These are many things. Oh, this Heroic Intervention I really like seeing. What do I feel like hitting here? I kind of want Chaos. I feel like the Behemoth is not what I want this turn. Because I feel like it will be countered. So I'm going to swing with the Sanctuary Warden. Remove its shield counter. That's 7 damage to the face. The temple, as we defend it. Bind to secrecy, it's been countered. Tireless Tracker, I know I don't have a land to follow up with. And sitting here. Trying not to be dead. And hopefully, not being dead. Ah, it appears John Arenicus is getting dummy thick. Nice. Big boy. Whoa, why? Meat Hook Massacre? Well, that's gonna kill all of these. And Heroic Intervention cannot save them. Because Indestructible doesn't do garbage against that. John, you wanna hit me for one, too? Yeah. I'm glad that Sanctuary Warden remains alive, though slightly smaller, since there's no Tristani on the board. Now, do I think that we could get there with the hoof? I do. I am going to play Amara. Got 2 extra here. That doesn't make a difference. Oof. There it is. Minskin Boo! Powerful planeswalker that amazingly can be your commander even in paper Magic. I will keep this hand, though it is a little bit awkward since it's a bit slow. We have ramp, and we have something to ramp into, so I'm fine with it. What do we have? We've got land. Most of it comes in tapped, that's fine. And what does their commander do? Well, it spits out a creature every turn named Boo. And if Boo's already on the battlefield, you don't get one, but you can keep making it bigger and bigger and bigger by putting +1/+1 counters on it, and eventually sacrificing it to fling at your opponent and deal loads of damage. Seriously, a lot of damage. It's actually kind of wild. Thankfully, we can get a bright and early Elder Gargaroth against them, which hopefully will be big enough to trample over and stomp and slash at their Minskin Boo. Wow, they just ramped too. Eek, I ramp. Cultivate. 4 lands. I need more lands. Gimme. I can play Rhys here. I don't think it makes that much of a difference, but I'm going to anyway. Here's Rhys. Ta-da! Hi, Minskin Boo. Yep. There's the Boo. This is more like Minskin Boo and Boo. 4 damage. I take it. I have no choice. This Heroic Intervention could be fun in a turn or two. I'm going to attack Minskin Boo, dealing a paltry 1 damage. Elder Gargaroth, which, like, they're gonna make this bigger than this, which is wild. Yeah. That's a 7/7. I'm a 6/6. I'm not as big as you. Now the question is, will they keep it back? Next turn, they could go for drawing 7. But they cannot buff it and sacrifice it on the same turn. Okay, Goldspan Dragon. Maybe they'll forget that Elder Gargaroth has reach. Or maybe they have another move. Well, either way, we're going to block. And I'm going to not make a beast, even though we are a token stack. I'm going to draw a card. Lightning Bolt, okay. A bit of a trade. The Hive. Hey, well, the Hive with the Twilight. That's not bad. Real possibility they're discarding a land, getting 2 other cards in hand. And now I can destroy Boo. And I will. X equals 5 on the White Sun's Twilight. I now have 5 mites. They're just little guys, and they can't block. But I also have the Hive, which means that I might be able to give them lifelink. And sure, they're little, but all I need to do is 10 toxic hits, apply 10 poison, and we've got to win. Storing Rites of Itlamok absolutely will fire here, so we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to ignore Minsk and Boo, even though there is a high potential for lethal next turn. We attack face. I'm not going to play Amara, because a blocker against a Trampler feels fairly meaningless. Though, I guess we have enough mana that I could play Rhys or Amara here. I feel like we can go with Amara. She'll do one more blocking, because this will flip. Okay. That's damage, that's damage, that's damage, that's damage. To attack. I accept the damage to my face. Now, what do you hit? Do you hit a mite? You hit Amara. Okay. Amara doesn't deal poison damage. They've got some blockers here. But I need to keep you little guys alive. We will be getting another little guy next turn, though. Mishra's Command. No touch. And more instant speed removal. A lot of it. And they'll be able to cycle through some cards in their hand. And because we no longer have the lethal swing on them, lethal by way of might, I'm probably going to actually split the damage here and take out Minsk and Boo. That will make them have to recast Minsk and Boo if they want to get that back on the battlefield. Wedding Announcement will draw me a card. Rhys can come out too. We have tons of green mana, and only green mana. We draw... Oh, King Dad! Wow, you would have been really nice to have out. Sacrifice and can make all our creatures that are tokens indestructible. It's like a heroic intervention for my mites. All the other King Darians before him, they didn't respect tokens the way he does. Oh, well, okay. They destroyed all my creatures. I don't have any creatures now to protect. It's okay, we'll get another one. Oh, hey, Helena and Elena. And hello, Goblin. Coming at my face. Scary. Rhys. No. Game. Why do you do this? Okay, let's... No. Thank you. I don't know why it always wants to tap this. You can protect more than 48 tokens. Obliterating Bolt. In response, I will sacrifice. I guess I could have made one creature first, too. Would have been smart. That's a lot of trample damage. If they attack in here, we'll just block with the human token, since it is indestructible. Prevent one entire damage, and they have lethal pretty much for sure next turn. Ooh, that Brother's Hood end. 'Twas a rough one. Do I think that my opponent is going to go for the sacrifice Minsk and Boo to kill me play? Don't. Please. Attack me. Please. Please? Well, I still want to show them what I have because I'm greedy, so give me just a second here. Six, 7, 8, 9. I need you to know! I need you to know what I had! Because it was beautiful. It was 22 lifelinking tokens. But they don't have haste. I tried. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. As always, if you'd like to catch these recordings live, you should come on over to twitch.tv/Amazonian. I stream almost every day, and I apologize for not releasing any videos this week other than this one. I have been recovering from being at MagicCon Philly. My voice, as you might imagine, is a little overused. I also recorded a video for Wizards of the Coast Arena's channel. It's all about the new alchemy cards. You should check that out too. I have it added to my playlist of like Amy on other people's channels. You should go watch it. I put a lot of love and effort into it. It also shows you all the new alchemy cards, some of which are very historic Brawl relevant, and some of them are very historic relevant. Anybody interested in Hammer Time? I sure am. Again, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you next time on Brawl Stars.